Become a channel member and support the content. You also get access to exclusive videos. You'll get an emote next to your name in the comments. The link for that can be found next to the subscribe button or in the description. And if you'd rather get your coins direct rather than roll the dice with FIFA points, head to u7buy.com and at checkout use the code TVM for a discount. The link can be found down below. What is going on, guys? TVM here. Welcome back to a brand new week of Team of the Week predictions. And if you thought the Team of the Week just gone wasn't particularly great, you're in for a treat, I can tell you. Up first, one of our first Silver Star potential players, at least. I'm not going to try and say his name. Greek striker, 74 rated. Looks a little bit on the slow side to me. Guanca up next. 2 goals, 3-0 win. Our first player got 4 goals, so he's probably going to get either an inform or the Silver Stars. Guanca definitely in with a chance with 2 goals. Moving on to Eliasson, formerly of the Championship, now of Ligue 1, with 2 goals in a 2-1 win. This would be a position change from the right side to the left. And again, he is definitely in contention for the Silver Stars, although could just end up in the team, as can Simi. 2 goals, 1 assist, not sure. 4-1 win. I mean, all these players, if they were like high-rated golds, they'd be in Team of the Week every week, right? Just because they're silvers, that's where the contention is. I'm not going to try and say this guy's name because I mean, I'll get it wrong. Let's be honest. He got 1 goal, kept a clean sheet, and his side won 3-0. I think it was Nice. Max up next, 1 goal in a 5-3 win. I genuinely couldn't find anyone else from that game to give it to. It would be a bit of an empty inform. Max got himself a goal. I like him. Why not? Coop Miners up next to keep the Dutch League theme going. 2 goals, 1 assist, and a 3-1 win for PSV. Against PSV. Obviously, he plays for AZ Alkmaar. But this would be a stepping stone to a decent card. Pereira up next. 2 goals in a 3-2 win against Wolves. No one saw that coming. Pereira did. Was it 2 penalties that he scored? Either way, on the score sheet twice. 2 goals. Big win for them. Why not indeed? Moving on to Kazawa with 1 goal in a 1-0 win for PSG. Obviously keeping a clean sheet in the process. I mean, 1-0 win for PSG, not normally going to be good enough, but we are lacking some big names this week, so Kazawa, why not? Not that he's a big name, but everybody knows who he is. Souza up next with 1 goal in a 2-0 win over Galatasaray for Besiktas. Now, I believe this is the right Souza. There were a couple that popped up. He used to play in the Saudi League. I think he's now back in Turkey. Aurier with 1 goal in a 3-1 win for Spurs this afternoon. There are other players. Højbjerg is definitely in contention, sure. I mean, Harry Kane, maybe not so much. But Aurier definitely with 1 goal, probably deserving of the inform. Sirigu is our only goalkeeper. I mean, they're just going to pull it out of their backside because there's no one who really deserves it, unless I've missed something really obvious. But he kept a clean sheet in a 0-0 draw. I mean, they could give it to a Man United player or a Liverpool player potentially. But Tielemans with 2 assists for Leicester in a 2-0 win. You kind of got to give it to him there, haven't you? I think Barnes got a goal, which you could argue you could give it to him, but I think Tielemans is a very nice card to get an inform. Moving on to Jovic, who is now at Frankfurt with 2 goals in a 3-1 win. I didn't even know this had gone ahead, but where we are, and he's got 2 goals against, I can't remember who they played actually, but they won 3-1, so there we go. Mason Mount up next. This would be a pretty pointless card for the majority of people, especially those who have done the road to the final. He got 1 goal in a 1-0 win. I mean, I can see it happening though. EA do this a lot. They'll give a boosted card and then they'll give a couple of lower informs. And there's no difference here with John Stones either. He scored 2 goals in Man City's 4-0 win today. I don't think they'll give it to Raheem Sterling or Kevin De Bruyne. Could be Gundogan, but Stones deserves it more than they do. Moving on to Muller. Nice high-rated card here. In fact, he could potentially be the highest-rated card. Muller with 1 goal and 1 assist in a 2-1 win for Bayern Munich today. Nice. I would say comfortable. It wasn't comfortable. It went 1-1 for a long time. I didn't think they were going to win, but they did. Phil Foden from a game in midweek where they won 1-0 and Phil Foden got the goal. He was robbed. The week headliners came out last week, was it? Or the week before? He was robbed of an inform then, 2 weeks ago. And I thought he was going to get a headliner, but he didn't. Vidal. And as I'm speaking, This game is still underway and the score is still 2-0 to Inter. Vidal has popped up with a goal. However, when I wrote that down and put him in the team, this guy, Nicolo Barella, hadn't done much. He got 1 assist for Vidal, but he's only gone and scored. So now he's got 1 goal, 1 assist. If Inter can hang on here and win this game, I say hang on, for all I know they're in the ascendancy, right? It looks like they're in relative control. If they can go on and win the game, then there is every reason to believe that Barella will get man of the match. Get man of the match, but also get the inform. Staying in Italy, we're going to talk about Luis Alberto. I accidentally told an Argos customer service representative earlier that Luis Alberto had got 2 goals in a 3-0 win. I typed in the wrong chat. And, at least said about that, the better. Either way, 2 goals and a 3-0 win for Lazio. I think it was against Roma as well. So big game there, big performance. Let's move on to a card that I'm sure many of us would be a little bit worried about, should we say. Ben Yedder, 2 goals and a 3-2 win for Monaco. They are now on their way to that 4 wins in a row, of course. So not only will he go to an 88, he could potentially go to an 89 in a couple of weeks' time as well. That is a scary prospect. That's probably our first big play you could get excited about. Insigne is another one. 2 goals, 1 assist and a 6-0 win. This has been good enough for the likes of Ronaldo in recent weeks, so I would be very surprised if Insigne didn't find his way into Team of the Week. Left-sided, 87 rated, very good pace and dribbling. That looks like a pretty frightening card. Now, normally I'd be saying that's the end of it. However, Man United played Liverpool. It finished 0-0. It wasn't the most exciting game of all time. However, there is every reason to believe that because there's not that many high-rated cards, they could choose 2 players from these teams because they're 2 players that haven't had special cards before. Maguire being one of them for keeping a clean sheet, and the other one has a once to watch, and his name is Thiago. He was definitely the best Liverpool player, and Maguire was definitely the best Manchester United player. So even though they don't often do this, there is every reason to believe that they might do, because A, it will reward the ones to watch holders because he's been injured for a long time, he's back, maybe just give him a little inform. It's still not the most usable card in the world, but still. And Maguire, of course, then would be 1 or 2 informs away from having a semi-decent card. His pace is always going to be an issue, but if he can keep performing, there's every chance, I'm not saying he will, but there is every chance that he could get himself a team of the season. If Man United go to the end of the season either as champions or in and around that first place position, you've got to be looking at a couple of those players for team of the season. And if they can keep out Liverpool, for example, and various other teams from scoring goals, you've got to look at their defence and say, hey, look, on paper, maybe not so much, 80 million for Maguire, was that worth it? But if he's keeping clean sheets and Man United are winning games, maybe he was. Either way, I can see both of those getting informs, and I could definitely see both of those not getting informs. That is going to take us to the end of the video. It is a scarce week this week. There's not an awful lot going on. The Spanish League, of course, is off at the moment because they're in the Copa del Rey and whatever. I think there was a Super Cup game today as well. So yeah, we're missing a league. Nothing really happened in the minor leagues either, unfortunately. A lot of it is postponed as well, so that's the best of a bad situation, really. There are a couple of decent cards in there, but for the most part, yeah, it's slim pickings for sure. I would expect the unexpected for this week's Team of the Week. EA will pull some big names out of nowhere, mark my words. If you have enjoyed this week's Team of the Week predictions, hit the like button, subscribe to the channel for new, and until the next time, goodbye.
Join the Betting Rebellion and find out what your football knowledge is really worth.